This is Team Quarts. Our first level. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sylvia Tassel. My level 4 Scraps has a underground bunker theme, and the goal for the player is to try to collect the alcohol at the end. This is the introduction to the snapping and laser mechanics. The player is kind of forced to walk through the laser, so they have no option but to practice it. Later on, they are supposed to try to master the laser mechanic by lifting the can into the laser above the door so that they can open the door to the hallway. Once they've entered the hallway, they will have to practice the snapping mechanic by snapping the mount and handle onto the door to open the secondary door. And they will then be forced to master the laser mechanic by finding out which lasers are triggered by themselves or the canned food object in the room. Once the player has triggered all 3 lasers, the barrier wall will drop so that they may see the safe that is hidden in the room. They will then be forced to master the snapping mechanic by placing the code bricks onto the safe in the correct order in order to open the safe. They will then be able to complete their goal by collecting the alcohol that is on the inside of the safe. Once they have collected the alcohol, they can go up the stairs and out of the exit door onto the next level.
My level is the factory. Oh, my name is Braylon Howell, and oh my god, we're gonna have to edit this part out. I'm sorry. That's horrible. Good and I don't know.
Just go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Here, just go.
Okay. My name is Braylon Drennan, and my level is the factory. Your goal for this level is to find the core at the end of the factory. To do that, we will have to go through the laser mechanics, as well as move boxes and then sneak through passageways in order to actually end up getting the breadcrumb here. And on the other side of this wall, we have to make sure not to touch the lasers. They will trigger a poison gas that will show up on the screen and quickly fill the room. And then beyond the box is another passageway, which we'll have to move through in order to find the core. Oh, there's a collectible right there. And we all have to skip the death laser and hop on and make our way through this obstacle course, and getting there in one piece. And then off this ledgeway, here is our next breadcrumb, and as it ends the master mechanic, here's our core. As we exit into the transition to the next level.
Hello, my name is Kyle Whitaker, and my level's theme is Underground Mineshaft. Flooded out. The goal is to obtain high-yield explosives at the end of the level. Our first introduction to a mechanic by being able to break the wall by lifting and throwing a minecart at it in order to proceed forward. Laying breadcrumb is these cache. Second mechanic for introducing is exploding boulders that are activated by using the pressure plate. And as you go through the level, you're going to find more of the cache around. This is the practice of the exploding wall mechanic. As now you have to find the mine to shoot. Our next practice is to take either one of these boulders, that mine, pick it up with the grapnel, throw it through that door. As the mastering of it, as figuring out that those boulders are also interactive, because they're going to have to figure out how to get a minecart, and realizing that boulder is one of the advantages of that. This is the mastering of, or this is the practice of exploding that boulder, winding your way through all the debris. There's another breadcrumb, hit that pressure plate, and it blows those boulders apart. The mastery of, on the left here, is our high yield explosives in that crate down at the bottom. As we pass by them, we can pick them up. Hit that pressure plate as the master. Yep. We hit the pressure plate, blow those boulders apart. That's the mastery of that. And now we have to escape the mines. As we proceed upwards, we have more of the cache breadcrumbs. And as he comes out into this field, he'll turn right. See that there seems to be another path to follow.
My name is Craig Jones, Team Quarts. This is my level for scraps. It is the Harbor Bridge. This is the transition area from my level to Kyle's. The goal of the level is to cross the Harbor Bridge that goes into the Bastion. In order to do that, you'll have to find cables that power the terminals to traverse the level. The first obstacle is the gate. And this is where the first mechanic is introduced, the cable mechanic. So you have to find the cable on the door and use it on the terminal to open the gate through. This is a practice of the mechanic. We have using the environment to reach the cable. And then leaving the practice area into the introduction of the second mechanic. This is the practice area for the second mechanic. The player will need to find the cable hidden in shacks around the harbor. The shack with the cable is right over here. Then leave the practice area for the second mechanic. This is the door for the bridge that goes to the Bastion. This is the master area for both mechanics. This room features a hazard, and the player will need to find the cable hidden inside the room. There are a few different ways to approach this room. Either by using the crates or just by rushing through to the shack. And find the cable inside. And then the player is free to cross the bridge into the Bastion. This has been a playthrough for Team Quarts. We hope you enjoyed our levels.